Hello again, my name is Gabe Zollner. I just posted MVI 6720, and the title is A Whole Lot of Stuff. Received some interesting comments, and here's one that I'd like to share. The viewer wrote, "The Bushes are liberals in Republicans' clothing. The Democratic and Republican Party do not exist. It's a sham. They are all New World Order puppets, and it's all about them getting rich off of our labor. Either way, we will have a so-called liberal in office again if there is an election." That's a big if. Either way, the United States is over, and we are all screwed. There is no future for the next generation. China is the capital of cheap slave labor in the entire world. A lot of American companies such as Wal-Mart, the Home Depot, Nike got filthy rich off of the slave labor in Asia. Hey, let's not forget Apple. Apple's in there as well, folks. And a whole lot of other companies. It's about to change. Why do you think Obama wanted the TPP passed? The Walmarts that have razor wire around them will be the new labor camps for Americans. The National Defense Authorization Act speaks of this. The POTUS has the ability under martial law to place Americans into camps, and has the ability to place Americans into labor camps without charges or a trial. And the time of our confinement is determined by the POTUS. The National Defense Authorization Act cannot be reviewed for 6 months by Congress once martial law is declared. Hillary even wants, quote, adult fund camps, end of quote, and speaks of this in her speeches. They all want to get rich beyond comprehension. The National Defense Authorization Act is a slave labor act bill against Americans. Total and 100% control of every aspect of our lives. Well, sort of, how do you argue with what the viewer said, huh? I mean, how do you argue with that? You can't. The National Defense Authorization Act supposedly was written by lame brain Johnny McCain, the songbird of the Hanoi Hilton, with his cohort, Carl Levin, out of Michigan. He's one of the longest serving members of the Senate. Odd, is it not, that you've got a whacked out Democrat with a whacked out Republican writing the National Defense Authorization Act? I don't believe either one wrote it. I believe it was given to them, and they were asked to sign it as if though it was theirs, to show the American people it was done on a bipartisan basis. Do you think that any normal, honest Republican would put together a document that would give a president like this whack job, Barack Hussein and St. Obama, unlimited power to put anyone that he wants in prison without any trial, without any legal representation, without habeas corpus, just they simply disappear? Would any honest Republican do that? I'm inclined to think not. A whacked out Democrat, yeah. But we don't have an honest Republican. McCain should have gone to prison when he got back off the plane from Vietnam. But that's a different story. This isn't about McCain. It's too late for not only us, our children, and our grandchildren. It's too late for the free world. You can't stop this madness. Obama's like a cancer. He's metastasized everywhere. He's pretty much destroyed our healthcare system. He's neutered our military by keeping people like General Dempsey in charge. General Dempsey is a joke. His uniforms are too big for him. He looks idiotic in those uniforms. But that's a different story. The viewer is right. The United States is over, and we are all screwed. All of these companies made billions of dollars off of the cheap labor in the Orient or the Philippines. Apple Computer, as good of a product as they offer the marketplace, you think this phone's worth $800? I don't. How much do you think that phone costs to manufacture? And how much do you think the components that are in there cost? You're lucky if you got $5. They rape the American people. They're not alone. It isn't just Apple. They all do it. All your high technology companies rape the American people. Samsung televisions. Take a look at a Rolex watch. I bought a GMT Master in 1975 for $350. That same watch today, the identical watch. It might have had some improvements based on technology. $9,980. The exact same watch. I bought another one, I think 7 years ago. It was less than $5,000. The point is that we're getting screwed. You're getting screwed. In 1966, I bought a 66 396 SS Super Sport for $3,200. You can't buy anything for $3,200 with a motor in it and 4 wheels, unless it's a go-kart. My point is, we're all getting screwed. But once again, it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because there's nothing any one of us can do about any of it. Thanks to people like Senator Lame Brain Johnny McCain, Senator Carl Levin, Barack Hussein, and St. Obama, and whoever's controlling that moron. Someone is controlling him. He's not capable of proper speech without a teleprompter. The side of his head looks like the rail yards, tracks everywhere, scars, stitches. Did he have a lobotomy? I have no idea what he had. And who do we thank for this insanity? Well, we can thank Nancy Pelosi for having vetted him. I don't want to become redundant. I've said this thousands of times. Doesn't seem to matter. Anyway, I want to thank my viewer for taking the time to write what he did. I believe it's a he. And I totally agree with everything that he wrote. That's sort of what I think. So what do you think? You think he's right on most, if not all points? I do.